Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs. Film. 101's Black Labels is fast becoming one of my favourite sub-labels that I have discovered this year. This is number 4 on their release schedule, and that is Black Book. Follows hot on the heels of The Grifters, Existence and Roller Coaster. Again, Black Book was a movie that I had heard of but hadn't visited before, and I was looking forward to checking this out for the first time in this special edition. The movie itself is all about a character called Rachel Stein, who was a Jewish singer who is wronged by the Nazis in Holland, and she decides to join the resistance to fight back to try and get some sort of revenge. It's the basic plotline for the movie, but it encompasses so much more than that, and it was such a fantastic watch that really had me captivated all the way through it. The first thing that struck me with this disc was the presentation. The transfer is absolutely stunning, and because of some of the cinematography that Verhoeven actually has throughout the movie, it just highlighted that even more so to me. I loved the character of Rachel, or Ellis as she's known later on in the movie, and her plight. It reminded me very much of Shoshana's character arc in Inglourious Basterds. But this movie, it takes Rachel, who is a lounge singer, and she's kind of used by all the men round about her. And I like this kind of aspect of it, this female character who survives through sheer grit and determination through horrible circumstances, who is pushed from pillar to post and made to jump through men's hoops in order just to get a meal or to survive, but who's willing to do anything to do such to survive. And when she gets to a situation where she has the ability to go and join the resistance and fight back against the Nazi party, the hold on Holland, she decides that that's something that she will do, and that is a split decision that is easy to do. But by doing so, things become much murkier than she expected. She's working with the resistance, but also part of that is to create a relationship with high up in the Gestapo, this Colonel Muntz, who she actually falls for. She gets to know this person, she becomes intrigued and starts a real relationship with him, and it's something that complicates the movie further. You have all these characters who genuinely could be encompassed by one camp, but they are three-dimensional characters. They don't just fall into one group, one category. They bend and mould. We have this Jewish lounge singer who falls for a Nazi Gestapo colonel, and it feels believable. People aren't just filled with hatred and that's all they can stomach. People do evolve, people do change their mind, things do happen, they discover the inner person, and that's what happens in this movie. And there is all these dirty dealings. There is this side story of these Jewish families who are trying to escape the clutches of the Nazi, who are being murdered and robbed, all their belongings taken off them as they're trying to flee away, and who has set them up. You have several mysteries throughout the movie, how the movie is going to play out, how all the twists and turns are, and who has been setting up these Jewish families to be slaughtered, to be robbed. It's a movie that's really layered, that's really enjoyable, that kept giving me more and more, and kept changing and evolving into things that I didn't expect it to turn to. It's not your typical Hollywoodized movie. They take risks, they take chances, and they take turns that would normally not be in a Hollywood movie, and it benefits from that. What changes from English to Dutch to German as all the characters are fluent in these languages, and that's the way that they communicate with certain people, and it just adds authenticity to the movie itself. I actually adored Black Book, and I wish it's something I'd got to a lot sooner than now, but again, I'm really happy to have checked it out. I think it's another fantastic pick-up from this label, and it's an essential watch if you liked Inglourious Basterds, or if you like your resistance movies. This is one of the best ones that I've seen, right up there with Inglourious Basterds, which I think is a terrific movie. Of course, this being a premium package from Black Label, it comes with a lot of extras as well. The main one for me was the Book of Verhoeven, which is a current interview with the man. It's 28 minutes long, and I like to hear him speak. He's very candid, he's very informative, and he has a lot of charisma and gives a lot of information in this interview. We also have an interview with the cinematographer, whose name I won't butcher, which is about 20 minutes in length, and he is basically just talking about getting the opportunity to work with Verhoeven, to work with all these actors, to work in his own native language, and to have a multicultural crew that was all working together, and some of the shots that they were trying to get and how they got some of them, which is really informative. It's the kind of things that you don't get in discs. You get to hear from the directors or the stars, and they all give the sort of typical answers, but to have somebody who had a little bit of technical input, who explained why and how they did some of the shots, is just, you know, fantastic to hear. There's a book that comes with this as well. It has various essays and informative pieces as well, and there is other extras on this that are taken from the Tartan DVD that came out before. There is a interview with Carice, which is 23 minutes long, an interview with Verhoeven, which is 13 minutes long. There is a trailer. It's another packed disc. It's another premium disc from this label, and again, I have absolutely no idea where they're going to go to next, what kind of jump that they're going to take, because we've had, you know, movies from the 90s, we've had a con movie, a science fiction movie, we've had a disaster movie, we've now had a foreign wartime set drama movie, thriller. I don't know where they're going to go, but I am thoroughly excited and I am on board to see what the next release from Black Label is going to be. I'd love to know your thoughts on Black Book. If you're going to pick up this edition, if you have seen the movie before, what you thought about it, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.